Hey, what's up, tubers and tubies? I'm doing a what's in the box for um, Play.com's History Maker Baseball today. I just got this in the mail not that long ago. Um, Came in a priority box, bubble wrapped, so no damage or anything like that. Came pretty secure. And this is a very interesting game, different than most tabletop baseball games. Um, Most tabletop games are going to go with numbers, and this one goes with words or phrases or something like that instead of actual numbers. So I'm going to go over the box first, I guess. I've seen some other videos of it online, and I was expecting something different. If you see, this box is really narrow. I kind of expected like a maybe 1 inch box instead of a half-inch box like this. And they've got stickers on the front and back and everything. Looks good though, good graphics. And now let's see what's in the box. I'm going to go over this a few times. It's the size that really surprised me. These are the dice that come with it. They are a nice looking dice, I guess. Usually the color doesn't matter, but sometimes it does. But you can see there's a normal die, and you can see how much smaller these dice are. It's quite a bit smaller than a regular die, like maybe half the size. Not a big deal, but it feels better, I think, rolling like bigger dice, but not bad. I'm assuming that they do this to save some money. Probably the dice are a little bit cheaper since they're smaller. And you get the red, blue, and black die, which most of the time aren't going to make any difference, but it does come up occasionally. You get the decider die, which is a unique die. And then you get these three little plastic tokens or whatever, little counters that you're going to use later in the game. And this is the last time I'm going to bring it up, I promise. The book, nice looking book. It's thick cardboard and it's wire bound. Pretty nice looking book, but it's again small. Like here's an 8.5 by 11, and I figured this would be the size that it would be, but it's a little bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. Here is the instruction manual. Not too thick, pretty easy to read, pretty straightforward. Some nice extra things in there. All the contents inside came in this plastic bag. And here's something that you usually don't get with a lot of these companies. This is a letter from the creator of the game, Keith, signed by Keith and everything, basically thanking you for purchasing this game, which I think that's a nice touch. Really gives it a personal touch, the appreciation and everything. I like that a lot. Here is your first chart, I guess, or playmat or whatever you want to call it. You can put your umpires here, and nice card stocks. Got some extra tables on there for you you're going to use. Here is the main. Again, these are nice thick pieces of cardboard. And again, here's where you're going to put your teams as you go through the game. The stacks. You're going to have your starting pitcher or whoever's pitching going against whoever's batting, and some more charts on this table. And then here's one of the unique things about the game, which I'm not going to go into the game, how you play it and everything. That can be a different video. But here's effects that are on the game. It really goes deep into a game. Most games have like this game, that's it. This one will have an effect of, the field, players, what's going on with them, what's going on with the team, whether people are hot or cold. Here's the weather. This is a two-sided one. This one is the clubhouse mood. I said weather earlier. I guess it's because I had sunny up there. Kind of threw me off. Weather was on the other one. But this is the mood of the players, and it really gets into whether somebody's hot or cold and can affect the game. Not a huge effect, but can affect the game. And then here are the players. So this one, I thought it was going to come with the 75 World Series, so the Reds versus the Red Sox, which it does. But then it also has the 55 World Series, the Yankees versus the Brooklyn Dodgers. And these are all the players. Again, they're small cards. You can see that they're pretty small. A lot of games come with cards that are like maybe baseball card size or something like that. These are a little bit smaller. But you really don't need them bigger. All your stuff you need are right here. It's got their name and, their team, year. And then it's got all the things that are going to affect the game right here. Whether they're the pitcher, what kind of pitcher they are, batting, what kind of batter they are, and everything. All the stuff you need is right here. And like I said earlier, unlike most games that have numbers, these are going to have adjectives like whiffer, does he strike out a lot? Utility, is not a very good batter. But pitcher, he's got control, he's not going to walk very many guys. Flash, is another good quality. Ace is the best quality a pitcher can have. And then once you get into hitters, like we'll say Tony Perez here, he has got hero, which is great stats. Slugger, he's going to hit a lot of extra base hits. But whiffer, he's also going to strike out a lot. So you're not going to figure out a number and then go to a chart. You're going to figure out the word and go to the chart, which is very similar, but I think it just feels different, makes the game more unique. You have lots of these cards because, like I said, you got 4 whole teams. You've got a set of cards. These are a little different. They're glossy. These are the cards you're going to use during the game. Manager choices, extra plays and stuff, more players. Like I said, you get a lot of players in here. I think it's good value. And then here are umpire cards, which again, another thing that other games don't usually have is the umpires have a small effect on the game. So you have different umpires that are actual people and what year they were, and whether they're expected, lenient, strict, whatever. And then you're going to have, I'll get back to that sheet in a second, a list of all the ballparks, like all time. And ballparks are also going to have an effect on the game. So whether they're big or small or grass or turf. And it has a list in here, which will let you know what all the ballparks are and how it's going to affect the game. It's also going to have a sheet in here that it tells you how to make up cards. Like Keith originally designed the game to be used with just baseball cards. And you can look at this and figure out what kind of pitcher he is, whether you should have the ace stat or star or whatever. And then like it'll go in here, a high percentage batter with like a 375 or higher is going to be a champion, and then a hero is going to be like 300. And it'll help you just make up your own players and just use the stats of, like I said originally, Keith designed for ball cards, but you can just look them up online or whatever. That's a neat little thing to make extra players. Or if you wanted to just make, custom players of yourself or whatever. And it's going to come with some score sheets that are blank, basic score sheets. There's going to be a little extra room on there for stats, because this goes into extra things like whether your player's hot or cold, or whether the team's sunny or not. And I printed these off of the website, Plaay.com. These are Al Wilson game sheets that just look really nice. It has all the spots that you can fill in for all the different things you're going to need for each player, like base running, fielding, and everything. And that way you can just look at your sheet rather than actually dig through the cards and try and figure it out. And these are just printed light blue. And these are free on the site. They actually have a lot of free stuff at their site. This is something that I bought extra. This did not come with the box. This is something that I highly recommend. It's only $9. They'll mail you this out. And this, like the other sheet that will go through how you make a player, this one breaks it down exactly. Like the pitcher, his ERA is under 175. He's an ace and a star. 175 to 224 is an ace. I'm just going to go down the list and just give it very specifically. And it's not too thick, front and back, like 4 pages. And this will go through how you make your batters, your pitchers, and everything. And once you have this, you can just, like I said, make up anybody you want and just print them out. If you don't want to go through the time of printing them out or anything, they have lots of great sets on online you can get. Like they have some free ones on the free stuff, like the Negro League players and stuff. And then they have sets like all-time franchise, like say the Reds. You know, you'd have Joey Votto in there, but then you'd also have Johnny Bench and all-time greats. You can go do that, or you could use this and do it yourself. And that is all that's in the box. The thing about Play.com that I've discovered, this is my first Play game that I've purchased, but the online community is fantastic. Keith, the designer, is very supportive, helps out the best you can. Online community, there's Facebook page, and then the actual website has tons of free stuff. Al Wilson makes all kinds of great stuff. The charts that have the baseball field you're playing, Al Wilson makes ones for all kinds of different actual fields, like say Crosley Field. I printed that up, and it has, you know, a picture of Crosley Field, and it has all the stats in there. That it was grass, and you know what size it is and everything. Really neat. I think this is a great value. It's I think a little under $50, 49 or something like that, shipped. And I think it's a great game. It's fantastic. It's different. It's unique. And I think you ought to try it out. If you're a baseball fan, try it out. It's easy to play, you know, solo or with a friend. And I think right about now, I'm going to go and play a game myself. See you guys later.